Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions look on the Under Armour or Curry brand Curry 10. So this shoe is going for 160 bucks and pretty much every single size is available on underarmour.com or their app. And this is the iron sharpens iron colorway, reminiscent to the Curry 2, but it's not gray. The original Curry 2 iron sharpens iron colorway was like gray, right? So this is a black colorway, which it still looks nice, but I wish it would have been great. I think that would be pretty sick, right? But anyways, if you guys want to get it, I'll try to leave an affiliate link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the Tracciones, and we got Flow. Yay, I guess it's a good thing. And I guess if you look at it like, if it ain't broke, then don't change it. Then this is the example, right? So from the Curry 8, from the freaking Curry 8 to the Curry 9 to the Curry 10 is pretty much the exact same thing. And honestly, and also like the Curry 4 Floatro, the Curry 1 Floatro, which I'm testing right now, the Flow Future X, right? So yeah, the pattern is it's a little bit different, right, from the 9 to the 10, just a tiny bit different, right, especially here in the forefoot as well, but it's pretty much the exact same. And yeah, it's probably gonna have amazing traction. Like even when I'm playing on a clean court, it's almost too hard, right? My toenail came off. I don't know if that's TMI, but yeah, it stopped so damn hard that my toenail came off. So yeah, that's one reason why I don't like it, because it's too good. I guess that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, right? So traction is absolutely amazing. It's top tier on a clean court. On dust, on my court, it's actually pretty okay, you know, like I just do a very easy slight wipe and I'm good to go. But a lot of you guys have reported that it's not so good on dust, so maybe I don't know what's going on, because I've played on dusty courts as well. Maybe it's like the finish of the courts that's a little bit different, I don't know. But it hasn't been terrible for me on a dusty court. And also for durability, it should be fine. I mean, I did play in this Curry 8 on the outdoor court and it actually wasn't terrible. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, you know, like I thought it was gonna be terrible, because this is actually just foam, you know what I mean? But actually held up pretty well. It's probably not the best option for an outdoor court, but I mean, it held up pretty well in the Curry 8, and then, you know, the Curry 9 and the Curry 10 have pretty much the same exact flow outsole. So yeah, here is the traction. Also here in the middle of the outsole, we have a midfoot shin plate and also an X410, which every single signature shoe that's gotten to 10, that's all they do, and then they put X's for 10. So yeah, that makes sense there. Moving on to the heel to toe transition, look at this nice shape, right? So the shape of the sole is super nice. Here in the heel, we have a nice curved shape, fully exposed flow midsole, which isn't saying much, because flow isn't super nice, you know. And then here in the forefoot, we have a crazy curve shape, and that's one thing that I love about Curry shoes, is this nice curve shape, especially here in the Curry 9 as well. Look at this. You know, if you're a shooter and you're shooting, you want to be on your toes, and this definitely helps keep you on your toes, especially when you're shooting. So that definitely feels really nice, as opposed to like a lot of Adidas shoes where it's more like flat, you know, just in my personal preference, you know. So this feels super nice. And also we have a little bit of forefoot flex, right, just here at the tip of the toe. Of course, we have this midfoot shank plate for better torsional support. Like it doesn't bend at all here in the midfoot. So overall heel to toe transition, I mean, feels just like the Curry 9. And also feels just like the Curry 8, right? So the shape of the sole and also the flow midsole and outsole is pretty much identical, right? So there's that. Moving on to the cushioning setup. Yay, it's flow. I mean, not yay. So we got full length flow, and when I first saw the leaked pictures, I thought maybe they were using like micro G or something, because this is like a different color right here. It looks like there's a different foam, right? But it's not, it's just flow. And it's just painted here as well, which is kind of deceiving. It looks nice, I guess, right, for the design, but it's a little deceiving, right? It even says flow here on the actual orange part, that I thought it was a different foam. But anyways, yeah, so it's just regular flow. I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little bit nicer than like stiff Phylon. There's a little bit more compression and it's kind of softer. But for the most part, it's like on the stiffer side of things. It's more responsive, and I think that's just what Curry likes, you know what I mean? Like in his entire signature shoe line, it's been really bad cushion, you know what I mean? Like it's a low to the ground setup, very responsive, not a whole lot of softness, not a whole lot of compression or bounce, and it's probably just what Steph likes, and I feel like Kyrie likes that as well, besides his recent models where there's zoom strobel, right? So yeah, I mean, it feels pretty much the exact same as the Curry 8, the Curry 9, And we got the Curry 10 here, right? So in the heel, there's a little bit of compression. Also, the insole is all right. You know, it's like a nice Ortholite insole. It improves the stepping comfort just a little bit, but for the most part, you know, insoles bottom out pretty quickly. So I don't think it's gonna be super nice once I, you know, play in it more. And then underneath that, we have a very stiff strobo board, right? So please, Under Armour, give us like a nice strobo board. Like at least you can give us, or me, like what I want is pretty nice or like soft stepping comfort, right? That's all I ask for. Like as far as the actual midsole goes, it's fine, you know, like if I want a low to the ground responsive setup, then it's not bad, you know what I mean? But anyways, there is the cushioning setup there. Moving on to the materials, also it's using warp upper, right? So it looks a little bit different because the entire kind of like upper, right, is colored the same. In the Curry 9, it's using the same warp upper, but it's not like you can see the actual individual kind of like straps that are stitched to this material, right? But if you look closely, it's pretty much the same exact pattern, right? You know, you can kind of see it. And also right here on the lateral side and also on the medial side, you know, where these red parts are, it looks pretty cool because, you know, it's iron, it's hot, it's red, whatever. You can also see on the lateral side that there are individual straps there as well for more zone support, which I think is a good thing. But yeah, I mean, I guess the stitching is a little bit different, the stitching pattern, but for the most part is very, very similar to the Curry 9 warp upper. I mean, they're calling it the warp upper, right? And then for the tongue, it's pretty much the exact same. I would say maybe there's a little bit more padding than the Curry 9, but it's super similar. And then it's a very large tongue as well. And also on the bottom of the tongue, it says iron sharpens iron. Reminiscent of the Curry 2. You guys remember that? Every single colorway used to have that with this tag. I really, really like that. And then here in the heel, we have very, very minimal padding. The most amount of padding in the heel is like where the Achilles is, like in the back of the heel. And it's still like not that much, right? And also we have a very high heel tab, which makes this shoe super easy to put on. So yeah, I mean, it's a really soft upper, right? It conforms to your foot very, very well. I really like it. It's thin, so it feels very minimal on foot. And also it feels pretty damn supportive. There's this very, very little stretch to this material. So, I mean, it feels pretty much the same as the Curry 9, like the entire upper, right? So yeah, there's that. Moving on to the fit, I went true to size and it fits me very well. It fits me like a glove. I mean, I feel like Curry's foot is very similar to mine, or maybe like we like the same fit as well. And it's a very snug fit, right? So my toes go like very close to the edge of the shoe. Maybe I should go up half a size. Remember, because like I said, the traction is really good. And when I stop forward, my toes bang a little bit and my toenail came off. So maybe I should go up half a size, but I do like the nice snug fit, right? I mean, it's only on really, really hard stops that happens, right? But anyways, true to size for most people, but if you don't like that snug fit lengthwise, then probably go up half a size, right? Also, it is slightly narrow, and here in the toe box, it is quite snug, like every single Curry has been, I guess besides like the Curry 3. The Curry 3 was pretty roomy in the toe box, but every single other Curry has been very, very snug here in the toe box, right? So yeah, the fit is really, really good for me, and pretty much, you know, whatever size you got in the Curry 9, you can go the same exact size in the Curry 10 and you should be good to go. Alright, moving on to the support and lockdown, it feels like it's gonna be good, honestly. I mean, as far as the sidewall goes here in the forefoot, there's really nothing, but this material is very supportive, right? There's no stretch, we have the extra strands kind of. I don't think it does anything for like extra support. But if it's, maybe it'll like roll over on itself just a tiny bit. We'll have to see on that. Of course, I'm gonna need to play in it, but it feels like it'll be good so far as my first impressions go. Here in the midfoot, the flow upper comes up. I also do like this design, but it comes up a little bit, right? And then here in the heel, we have an actual heel counter, right? It also feels like there is another like underlaying heel counter as well, like a TPU heel counter, because this part's actually kind of stiff. But I do like this. It looks really, really nice. As far as the quality goes though, it's not very nice. You can see the paint and like the brush strokes, right? So that doesn't look very nice, especially for a $160 shoe. But the overall like silhouette, like if you look at it from far away and don't notice the paint, it looks pretty nice, right? And of course that'll help for heel containment as well, and the foam comes up, so lateral containment feels like it's gonna be good. And also lateral stability, I mean, Under Armour has been making very wide bases for Curry because he has ankle problems, right? And if you're gonna make a low top shoe, you're gonna have to make a very wide base so you have very good lateral stability, and that's what Steph Curry does. And every single shoe that has been coming out, that's been a Curry, has been super white, right? So very wide base is pretty much the same as the Curry 8, and then the Curry 9 and the Curry 10 is pretty much the same width as well. So support and lockdown feels like it's gonna be very good. Moving on to the weight, I'm actually curious kind of, but I feel like, I already know how heavy it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be around 10 ounces, right? Flow is very light, and Currys have been super light, and this material is really minimal and thin. There's not a whole lot going on for the entire shoe, right? So let's see. Yeah, no, 11.15 ounces. Oh, it's a little bit heavier than I thought, but 11.15 is still super light. 11.18 for the other pair. Let's actually check the Curry 8. 10.58. I think the Curry 8 is actually a little bit lighter. And then the Curry 9 is 10.23. So the Curry 9 is definitely the lightest. I don't know why. I wonder what they did a little bit differently. Maybe the heel counter, right? Maybe that's it. And honestly, like an ounce, that's actually a good amount of weight, but I honestly, I don't really feel like the Curry 10 is that much heavier than the Curry 9. It still feels super minimal as well. And it's still a lightweight shoe. Like the average weight of my shoes is around 12.5 ounces. So it's still a very lightweight shoe, but it's a little bit heavier than the Curry 9 and also the Curry 8. But I mean, yeah, you still probably will feel like a ninja because the traction has zero squeak, right? And it's a very lightweight and minimal shoe as well. So yeah, there's that. Moving on to the aesthetics, it definitely looks the best out of all of these shoes, right? The Curry 8, right, was not bad. The Curry 9 was not bad as well. But the Curry 10 just looks super clean. I love the like one color on the warp upper as opposed to the Curry 9 where it looked a little bit messy, right? So tell us what you guys think looks the best down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yeah, I mean, it's the Curry 10. And it's pretty much these three shoes are the exact same thing, and I'm kind of sick of it, honestly. And like, they're giving us the same exact shoe every single year. I understand maybe like Curry really likes this setup, but I want to see something different. You know what I mean? It's getting a little boring, I would say. Tell us what you guys think of the Curry 10, and also comparing it to the Curry 8 and Curry 9. Like, do you guys want to see something different? Tell us down in the comment section below. But that's it. It's feeling really good, and it'll probably be a top tier performer like the Curry 9 and the Curry 8. Again, if you guys do want to cop, I try to leave the affiliate link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.